The members of this group are Lucemon, Beelzemon, Lilithmon, Belphemon, Daemon, Leviamon, and Barbamon. And in this video I'll be talking about who the weakest to strongest are. It's difficult to actually decide which is the strongest because each Digimon's power varies between series. In fact, they could even introduce a new form, making that Demon Lord stronger. We could have Beelzemon Behemoth mode. Digimon Cyber Sleuth revealed new information about this group. The 7 Demon Lords exist throughout the multiverse, and the ones we see appear in the shows and other media are just their avatars. The actual Demon Lords exist outside the multiverse. These avatars are connected with each other, and when an avatar is defeated, their powers are sent to all the other avatars throughout the multiverse, making them stronger, which also makes the original Demon Lord stronger as well. The actual Demon Lords are infinitely superior to the avatars scattered in all the multiverses. So, the Belphemon in Data Squad, who was defeated by Shine Greymon's burst mode, was an avatar, and with it being destroyed, every other Belphemon in the multiverse has gotten stronger. The Belphemon in Cyber Sleuth is superior to the one in Data Squad. And the reason for this is because they are the incarnations of the 7 deadly sins. So the 7 Demon Lords will exist while the sins still exist. No matter how many times they are defeated, they will always return as long as they are sins, making them unstoppable and immortal. Also, Cyber Sleuth revealed that if one defeats the 7 Demon Lords, then that person has committed a sin and will suffer karma. We don't know the standard punishment, but in Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Sayo's partner, Daemon, simply disappeared. It was like she was erased from existence. So if you defeat all the members of the 7 Demon Lords, you simply beat an avatar, while the other avatars across the multiverse have just gotten stronger. Also, you will suffer karma for your sin. So it's a lose-lose situation, and maybe that's why the Royal Knights are the only ones capable of defeating them. Let's start the list. Many people have Lilithmon as the weakest of the Demon Lords, and I can understand why. However, I personally believe Beelzemon might be the weakest. Now, some of you may be mad, but hear me out. I honestly believe Lilithmon has superior abilities than Beelzemon. Cross Wars made her look weak, and it doesn't do her justice. The reason I believe Beelzemon is the lowest on the list is because he doesn't have any overpowered abilities or feats that would match him with the other Demon Lords. His signature attacks are Darkness Claw and Double Impact, where he shoots rapid fire bullets from his shotgun. Beelzemon might be the best hand-to-hand combatant from the 7 Demon Lords. Maybe Beelzemon doesn't need all these world-ending attacks. We do see him defeat Megidramon. He didn't need an overpowered ability. And while Beelzemon did defeat Megidramon, he did have to absorb other Digimon's powers to do so. Beelzemon can even summon Behemoth, allowing him to drive at fast speeds. His opponents will be unable to keep track, while he rains down bullets. Beelzemon moved so fast, Gallantmon wasn't able to keep track of his movements. So when it comes to speed, Beelzemon may be one of the swiftest from this group. Why do I think Lilithmon is stronger than Beelzemon? Well, I believe she has far more overpowered abilities. Firstly, she was able to destroy a zone in battle against Dark Knightmon. She had destroyed countless zones due to her temper. The human world is seen as another zone, so she had destroyed many planets with just a temper tantrum. She is a sorcerer who can use magic and is a master of illusions. She excels at using poison. She can also conjure up shields, and these shields were able to block Dark Knightmon's attacks. Dark Knightmon is a powerful Digimon, and in its X profile, it states that Dark Knightmon X wishes to take down one of the 7 Demon Lords and take their position, and he must be close to their strength to even think about taking that position. And Lilithmon can move quite fast as well, as she was able to speed blitz Dark Knightmon, who was unable to keep track of her movements. Now let's talk about her special abilities. The first is her Laser Nail. It is able to corrode everything it touches. It is said to disintegrate anything. If she can just land that hit once, it's almost over. Your body will dissolve. She also has Phantom Pain, and this is probably her strongest attack. She rots the opponent's body with a sigh of darkness. So this is simply an upgraded version of Laser Nail. And I don't believe Beelzemon can tank any of these attacks. He doesn't really have an ability as powerful as Phantom Pain or Naser Nail. Both can dissolve and instantly kill him. And if those two abilities weren't powerful enough, Lilithmon also has her Empress Emblaze. She can summon a giant eldritch creature that will annihilate the opponent. It's so powerful that Dark Knightmon was having trouble against it. She can block his bullets with her shields. She can summon Empress Emblaze and use it as a distraction, and then simply strike him once with her Naser Nail, which would end the battle. And this is why I believe Lilithmon is superior to Beelzemon. However, I don't know if this Beelzemon can use Blast Mode. If he can use his Blast Mode, then he does obtain far more destructive attacks, as he is able to fire powerful energy waves that can disintegrate everything into atoms. But would this be powerful enough to destroy her Empress Emblaze? Maybe it could be. The next Demon Lord on this list is Barbamon. Physically, Barbamon is probably the weakest, as he is an old man who relies on magic. The standard spellcaster of the group, he is the type to never fight fairly. He prefers to use minions and likes to gather energy, making himself stronger, similar to what Leopardmon tried to do in Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Barbamon always has a plan, which is an annoyance to the other Demon Lords. In Redigitize, Leviamon calls Barbamon an idiot that cannot behave. How his actions are pain to him. He always schemes. No matter the error, it happens every single time. Barbamon can manipulate the morality of even the most pure Digimon into becoming horrifically evil. He has an army of Digimon, along with Ghoulmon, a powerful mega-level Digimon described as a god of destruction. In Digimon Next, he had a plan to take over Yggdrasil and succeeded, allowing him to fuse with the computer and effectively making himself be in control of the digital world, and he only failed due to a prophecy. Yggdrasil Barbamon would have probably been higher on this list. While he may be the weakest physically, he is the best tactician, and this would help him devise a perfect plan against the other Demon Lords. In Redigitize, he was able to manipulate almost all the Demon Lords. He got Lucemon to kill Beelzemon, and he even tricked Lilithmon, and the protagonist needed Leviamon's help in defeating Barbamon. He could use his countless minions of mega levels to distract the other Demon Lords, giving him a chance to power himself up. In Redigitize, he absorbed so much energy. Beelzemon, another Demon Lord, needed the protagonist to help him defeat Barbamon, yet it still ended in a draw, and Barbamon simply used Lucemon, who is in a mindless state, to kill Beelzemon. But what truly makes Barbamon superior to Beelzemon and Lilithmon is his strongest attack, Pandemonium Lost. The dark area is its own universe and is filled with all the negative and evil emotions. Barbamon can unleash all of the dark area's evil energies at once as an extremely high temperature explosion that burns up everything without a trace. Barbamon can shoot out the energy of an entire universe. Malomyotismon, a Digimon who has surpassed a Mega level's power, whose strongest attack is called Pandemonium, where he fires a high temperature beam, only releases a fraction of the energy from Pandemonium Lost. Essentially, Barbamon is able to wipe out many powerful mega level Digimon with ease, and I do not see Beelzemon or Lilithmon being able to survive against Pandemonium Lost. This might be a shock to many, but I'm putting Daemon at number 4 on this list. Many consider Daemon to be the second strongest Demon Lord, but this is mostly because of his Super Ultimate form, a form he gained by absorbing Arcadian, a Super Ultimate Digimon. This isn't the original Daemon's power. If Daemon fights in another series, we will not see him use his Super Ultimate form. If he had the power of the Super Ultimate form, he would be higher on the list. Daemon is very much similar to Barbamon. Both scheme and have many plots. Barbamon probably has a lot more, while Daemon is far more patient and takes his time. Daemon even created Arcadian, a super ultimate weapon, while Barbamon created Neo. Both are powerful beings. I personally believe Barbamon is the better tactician and has greater intelligence, while Daemon is simply stronger. Barbamon was terrified of Daemon in Digimon Redigitize. The digital world and Digimon are created from zeros and ones, and Daemon created a special virus that has allowed him to manipulate the zeros and ones. Once he was absorbed Arcadian, he manipulated the zeros and ones inside it to take control of its body, becoming Daemon's Super Ultimate. We don't know if Daemon can do this to other Digimon. If he could, it would allow him to take over the bodies of other powerful Digimon who have defeated him. Number 3 on this list is Belphemon, specifically its Rage mode. Belphemon is probably the strongest member of the Demon Lords when it comes to pure physical might. This Digimon is so powerful that the digital world system saw its immense strength as too much of a threat and decided to put its data into a sleep state, resulting in its sleep mode. The digital world did not bother to put the other Demon Lords in such a state. This should be a good indication of Belphemon's power. Belphemon and Leviamon are so powerful that the Royal Knights had believed them to be the true form of the dragon, a prophecy about ZeroDex. The Royal Knights believed them to be in a similar power level to ZeroDex. And the reason these two have not destroyed the digital world yet is because Belphemon is asleep for 1,000 years, while Leviamon just prefers to sleep and eat. While some of the other Demon Lords scheme and plot to take over the digital world, Belphemon is probably the most destructive of the Demon Lords. Its roar can tear apart the digital world, and it disintegrates the data of ultimate level Digimon, deleting them instantly while heavily damaging mega level Digimon. No other Demon Lord possesses such power. Lilithmon needs to use her strongest attack to even do something like this. Imagine what Belphemon could do if it decided to attack with its full strength. He could cast Hellfire onto its chains and claws, enhancing the attack and strength. There is a reason why the digital world sees Belphemon as such a massive threat. The number 2 on this list goes to Leviamon. Its profile states that it is the strongest monster to exist in the digital world. Examon is the largest member of the Royal Knights, and Leviamon exceeds him in size and data. And in Digimon Story Cyber Salute, we see how powerful Examon was. He was physically the strongest Royal Knight, and even at a weakened state from the Eaters, it took half the Royal Knight to defeat him, and Leviamon is meant to be superior to Examon. This Digimon is so big that it said its jaws could eat down the digital world. Leviamon is so powerful that in Redigitize, the protagonist needed Leviamon's help to defeat a Lucemon fall down mode who was on a destructive rampage. They absorbed an attack from Leviamon and used it to help defeat the mindless Lucemon. So Leviamon does have the power to defeat Lucemon, and it's a shame we don't really get to see Leviamon have a big role in any of the Digimon series. Now, was there a doubt who number 1 was? Lucemon is so powerful that the only other Digimon in this list who could come close to him was Leviamon, and Lucemon is only an ultimate level Digimon. Lucemon is said to be capable of destroying and recreating the digital world even in its rookie form. It was able to almost defeat the ancient warriors. Its rookie form has an attack which is superior to Seraphimon's, who is one of the strongest Holy Angel Digimon. He can also produce a glowing energy orb that has a 50% chance of either completely annihilating the opponent or making them suffer great damage. And he was able to destroy Beelzemon, and the reason I put him above Leviamon was because of his Satan mode. It holds the Orb of Darkness which absorbs all attacks and allows him to use the crest of the other Demon Lords. So for this list, we have Beelzemon, Lilithmon and Barbamon being in a similar level of strength. Then we have Daemon surpassing the 3 of them, and we have Belphemon and Leviamon in their own tier group, and finally we have Lucemon at the top. And this is just my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Because of work, I don't really have the chance to focus on YouTube as much. Be sure to check out the 2 videos I have recently uploaded. I wish to upload story videos from now on. I really enjoy doing those types of videos. The Wargreymon vs Omnimon fight was just a little fun thing I did. It helped me improve my art. And be sure to check out that Digimon story video. I have so much plans, but sadly, I don't have time. That's why I'm going to put a lot of things in my Patreon. One of those videos was meant to be released on the 1st of January, but because I'm so busy, it took me a couple of months to finish that video. And because of that, I'm going to now start adding more content onto my Patreon account. My goal is to focus a lot on Patreon. That way, I'll have enough income to work part-time instead of full-time, allowing me to focus more on my YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. And hopefully my next video doesn't take 1 or 2 months to release. Bye guys.